What's up guys? Gary Walker here with liveanabolic.com. All right, in this video, I'm actually gonna take you through 5 exercises. These are common exercises, but things you need to make sure you're doing differently with these exercises as a man over 40, okay? Basically what we're gonna be focused on, you'll notice a lot of the exercises I'm gonna show you, they're actually pretty hard on your shoulders, your knees, your lower back. I'm gonna give you some substitutions and show you how you can do some things differently to make this a safer movement, all right? That being said, let's get started with the first exercise. Very first one we're gonna be doing is a standard barbell bench press, okay? Barbell bench press, obviously I like bench pressing. I'm always gonna recommend and suggest that you do a bench pressing movement. Let me show you the thing here that I don't like. Basically doing a standard barbell, anytime you're doing a barbell, you're in a fixed position, okay? Meaning elbows, wrists, shoulders, everything is locked. Once you get this weight, you're completely locked here. Coming down right here as an older guy, especially someone with some shoulder issues, you're gonna feel a lot of strain in your shoulders here. That's one of the things, this angle is really hard on that shoulder capsule. So one of the things I want to recommend for you guys, and I get that a lot of men have to do barbell bench press. It's just one of those alpha man exercises. I get it, okay? So if you're gonna do a barbell bench press, I'm gonna recommend you go with a 30-degree angle. There's a 30-degree incline angle here. That's actually gonna take some of the tension and stress off of your shoulder joints. This isn't a full 45-degree, like the old school inclines. Those will wreak havoc on your shoulder joints. So I don't recommend a 45-degree incline at all. However, the 30-degree is gonna be a little bit more of a natural movement on your shoulders. And it's still gonna be a great exercise, okay? The thing that you will focus on here, you'll notice the angle of my shoulders. It's a little bit more of a natural movement. You're still gonna have some strain in your shoulders, okay? Because one thing you are gonna wanna make sure you're doing is bringing this more towards the mid chest to upper chest when you're pressing. So you don't want to come all the way down here lower chest because that is extremely hard on your shoulders. So you want to make it more of a natural movement, bar down mid to upper chest and press up and over your head. Okay, now like I said, this is only for you guys that just have to do a barbell bench press, because at the end of the day, if you have any shoulder injuries at all, if they're sore, tender when you're doing any type of chest work, then I'm gonna show you what I recommend as opposed to that. You can do these as a warm-up. Super lightweight, stretch out your chest, stretch out those shoulder capsules a little bit, and then get into a dumbbell bench press, all right? You'll notice I'm gonna be recommending dumbbells for a lot of these exercises for you older guys. One thing I like about the dumbbells, the key thing, there's actually 2, but the main thing is you're not locked in a fixed position with your hand position. You're able to bring your hands closer together or your palms facing one another, which is considered a neutral grip. If your palms are completely together, that's a full neutral grip position. However, you can rotate them out slightly and find a comfortable position here. Okay, so let's get down on this bench. The things I like, you'll notice my grip. If this was a barbell, I would be fixed in this position. Again, elbows, wrists, shoulders, everything is completely fixed here. However, by bringing these hands, your palms closer towards one another, you're actually rotating those elbows as well. So this is gonna be more of a natural position for your elbows and your shoulders. You're creating some external rotation in your humerus, which is your upper arm, which is gonna give you more movement in your shoulder capsule, okay? That's the main thing here. Nice, natural stretch. The second thing I like, once you're down here in your stretch position, if you're in a barbell, if you're holding a barbell, you have to go straight back up. Our chests are actually designed to go up and towards the midline of our body, just like that. You'll see the dumbbells, instead of being pushed straight up, down, straight up, I'm actually able to get a good stretch. I'm coming up and in at the same time. Show you one more. Good stretch, up and in at the same time. That's more of a natural anatomical position and more of a natural movement pattern, because again, barbell keeps you fixed out here. That's a lot of anterior delt work as well. Chest should be here and across, here and across. By doing that, that's more of a natural contraction for your pecs, safer for your shoulders, safer for your elbows. So as an older guy, that's what you really need to be paying attention to. All right, all of that for the first exercise. Second one I'm gonna show you is a back row. Dumbbell rows, bent over back rows, really popular exercise back in the day. You don't see a whole lot of people doing them as often anymore. Especially older guys, you should not be doing these. Okay, here's the thing. When you're doing a bent row, basically what you were told to do is you want your upper body to be parallel to the ground, just like this. Head neutral, lock neutral, row, down, row, down. All right, for you guys watching, if you haven't done these in a while, you probably can tell just from watching me do it, it's hard on your lower back, okay? So not only lower back, but the other thing I wanted you to notice, barbell, once again, regardless if you're doing a press or a row, it's keeping you in a fixed position. Wrists, elbows, there's no movement. You can't do any rotations, external or internal rotations. If you're locked in this position and you're having any type of joint injuries, this is only going to irritate that more. So bad for your elbows, bad for your shoulders, bad for your lower back. So that's the thing with a barbell row that you have to avoid. All right, you still want to do rows. What I recommend as an older guy is come over here. Once again, there's a couple things to focus on. On the row, I actually, especially if you're just getting started working out, you're a little bit older, I want you to have some type of upper chest support. This support is actually going to help support the lower back, okay? Once again, you'll notice I'm using dumbbells as well. Thing with the dumbbells, I want you to really focus on no fixed position here. A natural position with any type of row is a neutral position. Once again, that is palms facing each other. Palms facing each other with the dumbbells, and this is going to be natural. You're going to have more room, more clearance in your shoulder capsule. So this is going to be safer for your shoulders and your elbows. And with the chest support, that's going to help your lumbar spine as well. So here's the thing. Anytime you're doing a back exercise, now that you're no longer focused on balancing and supporting and all of that thing, now you can really focus on really contracting the lats. To do any type of back exercise, you want to initiate the movement with the elbows. Pull those elbows back. Get the elbows back and contract your lats, okay? So let's show you what this looks like. Chest support here. This support is actually helping my lower back. Now you'll notice my neutral hand position, and then neck should be in the same alignment as your spine. Elbows. Nice stretch. Once again, initiate with the elbows, pull those elbows back, get them up nice and high, contract the back, nice stretch. This is a lot safer position. Again, older guys, you gotta focus on that lower back. You gotta focus on your shoulders, you gotta focus on your elbows. And this is a lot safer for all of those. All right, third exercise we're gonna get into. This I would recommend avoiding altogether, but I'll show you why. This is gonna be an overhead shoulder press. Once again, I've been doing this a long time, so I can keep saying back in the day, just like the bent row, it was a staple for most weightlifters. Same overhead shoulder press. How much weight can you press over your head? There's still a ton of benefits to doing overhead shoulder presses. I'm gonna give you a variation that I recommend. However, barbell, avoid it at all costs. Once again, fixed position. There's no room for adjustments with internal or external rotation. Elbows are locked, shoulders are locked, wrists are locked. So it's gonna be harmful for you guys, all right? I'll just do a couple here, show you what I'm talking about. already locked position. The other thing you'll notice here in a minute, not only the joints, lower back. So if you notice, once you get up here, especially when you start getting fatigued, your core starts getting fatigued, shoulders start getting fatigued, there's a tendency to arch that lower back. If you're arching the lower back like that, that's gonna put a lot more stress on your lumbar spine. So then you got lower back issues, you got shoulder issues, you have elbow issues. And guys, can't tell you how many times I've worked with people that have tendonitis in their elbows, they've got impingements in their shoulders, golfer's elbow, okay, tennis elbow, either one of those, they're both a type of inflammation. And a lot of that is caused from doing these barbell exercises that keep you in a fixed position. Avoid these. What I would recommend replacing these with, let's get back to some dumbbells over here. If you want to do a standing overhead press, that's fine. If you have a weaker core, weaker lower back, you're trying to build that, strengthen that, then go ahead and do these on a bench. You can do these seated with some lower back support. Otherwise, you can still do them standing, but you'll notice hand position. If this was a barbell, I'm all the way back here, fixed position. You notice my elbows are flared out, my shoulders already are in a disadvantaged position. By bringing them in, just like this, more of a neutral grip, this feels so much more natural and it's all shoulder work, okay? Dumbbell overhead shoulder press. And yeah, you see me sweating, it's hot in here, no air in here. So I'm having to work to demonstrate these for you guys. All right, overhead shoulder press. That's the key point I really want to harp on. Hand position. Again, where this goes, you'll notice my elbows rotating in. Much more of a natural movement when you're doing that. All right, now let's get into the next exercise. Now we're gonna get into some lower leg stuff. Lunge, a forward lunge. You'll see people going heavy overhead lunges, barbell lunges. The forward lunge, stepping down and then going forward, stepping down, going forward. All right, here's the thing with the lunge. I still love lunges. I still program lunges into my programs, but you notice I'm just saying lunges, not forward lunges, the walking lunges. There's more of a shearing, a knee shearing effect that goes on when you're stepping forward and then driving yourself up. Stepping forward, driving yourself up. A more natural and safer version of these is a rear lunge, okay? So basically you're fixing this one leg, you're stepping back. This is allowing you to create a natural movement, and then you're dropping down, pressing up. Dropping down, pressing up. There's a lot less shearing on your knee, and you can control so much more when you're just dropping as opposed to stepping forward. It's a drop press. All right, same thing, you'll alternate legs. Come here, drop down, press back up. Drop down, press back up. So it's a rear lunge as opposed to a forward lunge. So if your knees are good, I still want you lunging, but this is a much safer version. The rear lunge as opposed to the walking lunge or forward lunge. So this is gonna make a big difference. Last one I'm gonna show you guys is, let's rotate this. I want you to see a side view here. These used to be really common. Another old school exercise. I haven't plugged one of these into a program in probably 15 years, but it's a stiff leg deadlift for your posterior chain, hamstrings, glutes, low back. Here's the thing when you're doing these. Stiff leg is off the ground. Stiff leg, just as it sounds, is you want your legs to almost be completely locked, all right? I like to break at the knees slightly as opposed to hyperextending, a slight bend. A stiff leg is off the ground. You're grabbing, lifting, lifting. Okay, this is a stiff leg deadlift. The problem with the stiff leg deadlift, especially when you're older men tend to be less mobile, tighter muscles, hamstrings are tighter, less mobility in your hips. Problem with that is if you're doing a stiff leg off the ground, which is what a stiff leg deadlift is, then you're gonna be prone to tears. Big tears, micro tears, just tears in your hamstring that are gonna take forever to heal, but also lumbar. You're gonna have a lot of lumbar stress, lower back stress by doing that. But you still wanna do a variation of a deadlift. I don't wanna go straight into the barbell deadlifts, trap bar deadlifts. I still prefer those. However, what I'm gonna show you instead of a stiff leg deadlift is a Romanian deadlift or an RDL. Those are in all my programs. The main difference when you're doing that, it's gonna look similar. However, you're not going off the ground for one. All right, you'll notice I'm gonna give more of a bend here to get started. All right, from here, you actually wanna just ride the weight down your legs, and this is a hip hinge movement. Get your glutes back behind you. Notice my knees bending? And this is about knee to shin is as far as you can go here. And then back up. Flex those hamstrings and clench those glutes. Okay, that's the difference. Show you a couple more. Drive down the legs and get the glutes back. That's what you're doing. You're getting your glutes back, hinging at the hips. Drive, one more. That's as far as you can go if you're doing an RDL, okay? Anything below that, then it's gonna turn it into a stiff leg deadlift. So again, main differences, stiff legs off the ground, more of a locked knee position, and more of a bend at the back. You're bending at the back, okay? As opposed to an RDL, which is you're not just bending over touching your toes, you're getting your glutes back, sinking back. That's as far as I can go now, okay? If I go any further than this, all I'm doing is rounding my back. Rounding my back. So if you've got a square, if your shoulders are square, chest is out, this is as far as you can go in an RDL. That's what I want you to be doing instead of a stiff leg deadlift. Again, no need to ever do a stiff leg deadlift. Really hard on hamstrings, lower back, and the cost, the benefits aren't worth the cost, especially when you can replace it with a RDL Romanian deadlift and get tremendous benefits. All right, guys, but hopefully you were able to see some of how these little variations to just hand positions, hip hinge movements can make a big difference in keeping you safe, because at the end of the day, that's what we're trying to do. We want you to continue to work hard, continue to build muscle, continue to lose fat, continue to get healthy and fit and in shape, but do it safely, stay injury free. So just by adding some of these different recommendations, suggestions, and that's gonna go a long ways in keeping you safe. But guys, if you have any questions about any of these exercises, comment below and let me know. Other than that, give me a thumbs up, man. Let me know you like this video, and that's all I got for this video. Get busy, get after it, and God bless.